mute. Is the stream okay? The main question is if Arya is even awake.
I'm right here, don't worry.
Hello. Hello. Guys?
Put yourself on mute.
Hello?
Put yourself on mute, please.
This is your cyclone update for January 13th, 2021, provided by the Hurricane Watch team.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watch team is here with your latest update on the tropics. Today, we are going to be talking about the three main systems, but we're going to be definitely focusing on the Australian system, which will be making landfall there in northern Queensland, Australia here very soon, probably sometime tomorrow afternoon. We do have, I have to actually pull up all the name systems because I cannot think of them off the top of my head. Let me pull them all up. Alright, we got Kimi right now, got winds of 55 knots, which is around 65 miles per hour, and air pressure is now down to 993 millibars. We have Tropical Storm Joshua with winds of around 45 miles per hour. It's continuing to fall apart. They get a little bit stronger, and we do have a Tropical Storm Eloise, which has winds of 45 miles per hour. Today, I am joined by some of my friends. Would y'all like to introduce yourselves?
Can I Can I introduce myself first? Okay, so I'm a puffball that likes weather. And yes, for one from BFB, do not compare me to a mushroom!
Sebastian?
Hello, I'm Sebastian.
Yes. So today we're definitely be talking about the main systems, the one making landfall, very close to making landfall in Queensland, Australia, and then we have this one right here. I keep forgetting the names of the storms because I'm Eloise, which will be making landfall. As you can kind of see, here's the forecast track. This is Meteor Madagascar. We do have some flood watches there, some stuff definitely be talking about as this does make landfall here later on. Going to be causing a lot of flooding, a lot of heavy winds. Probably not any storm surge, but definitely a lot of heavy winds for sure. But we have Kimi here, which is going to be making landfall as a Category 2, and will be bringing a lot of heavy rain. A lot of flooding for sure, a lot of flooding, a lot of heavy rain, a lot of winds. But a majority of the problem will be it will be a rain event. And going on to windy and taking a look at everything. Here is this system. I keep forgetting the name. Eloise. As you can see, we do have a lot of convection here with the storm. I'm going to go to the infrared, but here is Eloise. We have a lot of convection. And as you can see, there's a lot of convection, which means the storm is indeed intensifying and is expected to intensify even more prior to its landfall in northern Madagascar. 10 to 15 inches of rain is expected for northern Madagascar, and once it gets into the Straits of Madagascar, prior to its landfall in southern Mozambique, is expected to become a major cyclone and definitely a huge wind threat, huge flood threat, and definitely some storm surge for southern Madagascar southern Mozambique will be a huge problem. But these are the two storms we'll be talking about. And does anyone have anything else they want to add?
Will we be talking about that current low pressure system that could be very strong?
Not until it formed. Not until it's an invest. I don't want to talk about something in the future. Yes, it's a possibility, but we don't. I don't really want to talk about it because, again, less confusing. I don't want to confuse anybody quite yet or at all. So we're gonna wait for that to become an invest and then talk about it because again, it could change. But it looks like, like you said, it looks like it's been being a little bit consistent. So I do want to wait until it becomes an invest.
Okay, I'm just saying because it's already a low pressure system.
Is it an invest?
Well, it's low pressure.
Let me go to the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. It is not in invest yet, but it's going to be an invest probably very soon. It's something I'm going to be watching, but again, we have Tropical Cyclone Kimi, Tropical Cyclone Joshua, and Tropical Cyclone Eloise. Eloise and Kimi will be the biggest threats to land. Kimi could be dropping anywhere from 20 to 30 inches of rain in Queensland, Australia, and Eloise could be dropping up to 17 inches of rain in northern Madagascar and about 20 inches of rain in southern Mozambique.
Yeah. So, definitely a big threat. Now, if we here, let me go tropical. Do you have weather models open?
I didn't have time.
That's sad. Well, according to Tropical Tidbits, that storm also isn't an invest yet. Also, I'm gonna get. It looks like that. I think Kimi is a hurricane on the Saffir-Simpson scale now. It says 65 knots, but that was the UTC. That's gonna be the Euro UTC. I think it's higher than that. And for Eloise, it's 40 knots. I do agree, and I'm going with the Euro model for that strength, with 963 millibar landfall on let me look on shows a in around 144 hours. it shows a 963 millibar landfall on Africa and around 48 hours and 995 to 997 millibar landfall on on Madagascar.
Flooding is
The
going to be.
CMC,
Sorry, you go on.
okay, a CMC is showing in around a landfall of a 996 millibar landfall in Madagascar and then a 985 millibar landfall in Africa, but then it stalls by Africa. So that would bring a lot of rain and flooding and be extremely devastating for flooding potentially.
Absolutely. Flooding, again, is going to be a huge problem, a huge threat. Flooding, winds, from Mozambique. This is just going to be it's going to be a really ugly storm when it does make landfall in southern Mozambique and northern Madagascar. Lots of flooding.
Holy frick. NAFGEM is showing a 948 millibar landfall on Africa. That's what NAVGEM is showing. Isn't it crazy?
Yeah, we have to look at this.
For some reason, NAVGEM showing is a Philippine storm forming in 48 hours.
Let me look at
Euro might be. NAVGEM is showing a 40.
Hello there,
40. Hello, Tropical WX.
Let's try to keep everyone as much on mute so we don't have people talking over each other.
Yeah, so I want to say something that all of these invests and the potential systems could be devastating.
Absolutely. We are looking at all the models, so we're trying to watch the Pacific, and we're trying to watch everything. So again, we could have a storm kind of develop at any time, and it is something we have to watch for. We do have an area of scattered showers south of the Philippines. It is something I'm looking at. Not too terribly concerned because it doesn't look like it's gonna be anything strong. But again, we're gonna be talking about it so again, these are the storms I'm talking about. And it does look like, big flood threat, a lot of heavy rain for this area, but it doesn't seem, it might develop into something. We're going to have to watch out for it. So we're going to be looking at the models, and we're going to be looking at the forecast track and what's going to be looking at the future and the conditions and everything to see the chances of this forming. And watch if it does form. This could be, definitely heavy rain will definitely be the biggest threat. Will outnumber it by a lot. Flooding will be the biggest threat for the Philippines. If this system of this, of this heavy rain does become something, flooding will be the biggest threat. Heavy rain, mudslides, because I do know they have a lot of mountains in the Philippines, lots of mountainous terrain, and so mudslides, landslides, and lots of flooding. Wind will not be a threat. Storm surge will definitely not be a threat at all, but definitely heavy rain, flooding, landslides, mudslides will be a big threat because a lot of these areas in the Philippines, they have a lot of they're not a very economically supported country, so they don't have a huge amount of money like the United States does. So they don't have concrete buildings, they don't have a lot of that stuff. So we'll eventually, if this does turn into something, we will pull up the Philippine Meteorological Services and see what they're saying if this develops into something. So we're gonna be trying to watch every single country that has a tropical threat as much as we can. Again, that's why we are the Hurricane Watch team. Kind of watch everything around the world. Does anyone have anything to say for the Philippine system?
Not really.
Well, I saw an update on that low pressure area yesterday, and it said on the video description, it said pre-R-ring. So it might become R-ring.
All right, thank you for that information. So this does have a possibility of being named, but we do see a lot of convection. I do need to take a look at the humidity and the dry and see if there's any dry air, because that will definitely be something that would impact it if this is a problem. But from what I'm seeing in the entire area, there's high amounts of humidity in this entire area, well over 50%, above 70%. And mainly above 80% in a majority of this area. Some areas about 90%, where we do have a center of circulation right here, just to the south of Manay, east southeast of Manay, Philippines. So it is something I'm looking at, and it does have rotation. Moving counterclockwise because it's in the north of the equator. So we do have rotation with this. So it's going to be something I'm going to be looking at, and then we're going to be watching this in the coming days. And the Philippine Meteorological Services may have to issue some watches and warnings if this becomes something. So we're going to be watching that for sure. But our main focus is going to be on Australia's system, which will be making landfall here pretty soon, and the one in Madagascar. And eventually it will be the same one that makes landfall in southern Mozambique. Anyone have anything that they want to say? All right, let's move right on to Madagascar. So this is what they are. This is the latest. At 3 p.m. local time, Eloise was located 1,255 kilometers east-northeast of the capital of Madagascar. It is moving towards the west-southwest at a rate of about 17 kilometers an hour. The average wind rises to 65 kilometers an hour, with gusts up to 90 kilometers an hour around the center of the traffic. No clear change in the trajectory. A direct impact on this peninsula, and the capital is expected on the morning of Wednesday, January 20th, at the stage of strong tropical storm. This is the proven probability. So again, the flooding will be a big threat. It'll be making landfall, like they said, Wednesday the 20th. And so flooding is going to be a big threat. It does say, as preparation, the portions of the districts and regions below are requested to apply to the green alert warning. These are the areas of the island. I don't know what the green says. I'll have to actually look this up and kind of see what the green says, but I'm pretty sure it's just some heavy rain, moderate to major, flooding will definitely be the biggest risk, and gusty winds for that area. Now, for the Australian system, again, it is saying a Category 2. This is not a Category 2 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. This is a Category 2 on the Australian system, Australian scale. So, again, this would be, 70 miles per hour, maybe 75 miles per hour if it does happen to intensify that much. But again, 75 miles per hour is a possibility. We're going to have to watch this. So again, the center circulation is still pretty far off the coast, and is going to be turning in, I think, near Cardwell, Queensland, Australia. So that area will be getting a lot of flooding, a lot of heavy rains, and some big waves. Storm surge, less than 5 feet. It's not, if even close to 5 feet, won't be anything, big or impressive, but, heavy rain is going to be the biggest threat with this system. Do y'all agree?
Yes.
Do y'all have anything y'all want to say, add, or, give input on what I said about the Australian system?
Many inches of rain. Widespread 3 inches at least, and it's going to be very devastating flooding and just lots of heavy rain.
Yeah, lots of heavy rain. We can kind of see some of that heavy rain if we zoom in a little closer. Again, we are able to see some of those heavy rains down here south of Cairns, in this region. Some moderate rain. It's going to start getting heavy pretty soon. As the storm continues to intensify, it is expected to actually get heavier. So again, the dark. Okay, I need to zoom out a little bit. 256. Okay. As you can see, the Doppler wind. Actually, it's like set. So anything the darker blues, really dark blue. So we are having some stronger winds approach. So again, 50 to 60 kilometers an hour is what we are seeing and along the coast, roughly closer to Karen's area. Gordonvale, we are seeing closer to 30 to 40 kilometer an hour winds. So winds are starting to pick up as the storm continues to intensify and get closer to land. We are going to be tracking the storm as the storm makes landfall. I think it's going to be making landfall tomorrow afternoon. Do y'all have an idea of when the storm is going to be making landfall?
Well, the last time I checked the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, which I will recheck right now. JTWC. JWC. Okay, so we got the JWC. And then we got so Kimi, Eloise, and Joshua. So the last times these were updated was at PM 4 p.m. Eastern. Next time they'll be updated at 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central. So maybe we could do the stream till then.
What time?
10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah, I could try to do that. It shows landfall at 18Z on the 19th, so I think that's like what, 2 p.m. Central or Eastern, 1 p.m. Central.
That is in around 2 days. That's in 2 days. Because tomorrow's the 18th, not the 19th.
Right, that's what I meant to say. Cause I don't know. So in 2 days, so that'd be Tuesday at 2 p.m. Ooh, that's gonna be rough because school gets out at 3 Central, 4 Eastern. I'll figure something out. I might have to do an all-day stream where we'll play music in the background and we'll have radar of it making radar and stuff like that. Because I won't be able to be here when it makes landfall if that is, in fact, when it makes landfall.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, so, yeah. Definitely. It'll be big.
Yeah, definitely a big system. Heavy rains for sure. And again, this is what the windy is showing with that system. A lot of convection. Can actually go to the visible and look at the visible. If we go to this, say 6 hours, let's say 6 hours. Okay. And as you can kind of see, if it loads here, again, you can see the center of circulation, a lot of rotation, lots of convection of the storm. So it is trying to get stronger. Maybe 65, 60 knots, close to around 70 miles per hour upon its peak, upon landfall there. Now, I don't think, I'm going to go double check on, see what Tropical Tidbits is saying. They are saying still 55 knots, so 65 miles per hour is the maximum sustained winds with this system. So there's the center circulation of the radar.
Yeah. And, we've talked about all these systems. Well, I don't know what to talk about now.
Puffball, is there any input you want to put in for the Australian system or the Madagascar system? Puffball?
Is dead. Here, the mushroom has died.
Oh, he's not here. Okay. That's why. Okay.
I was trying to make him mad by saying the mushroom has died.
There was a low pressure area in the South Pacific that had a 10% chance from force 13, but it's dead now. It just died.
Well, I don't think that was going to form anyway. That was stupid. They put that there.
Yeah, I was just expecting just nothing at all from that. Not even close.
And then I kind of want to talk about the winter storm, but it's off topic. But I just want to talk about it because it could drop widespread 20 inches, and
Well, let's just try to keep that to ourselves and try to stay professional and stay on topic, because people might get confused if we get off topic. So let's just stay on topic and just sort of talk about the fact that we do have a big flood threat for Queensland, Australia, is the main thing we're talking about, and we have that other.
We already made that clear. We already talked about that so much.
It's
We
kind of.
literally already.
So
Yeah,
again,
so
Eloise has around 50-mile-an-hour winds, 997 millibars. It's 13.4 degrees south, 58.3 degrees east. It is going through a lot of convection right now, which again is a big sign that it is intensifying, and that is exactly what it has been doing. Eventually reach 40, 45 is now up to 50 miles per hour, and it could still reach even up to 60 miles an hour before it makes its landfall there in northern Madagascar later in the week, later next week. And is expected to make landfall in southern Mozambique into the weekend. So if it makes landfall in southern Mozambique, we will be streaming that and we'll be watching that. Also, and by the way, the other storm, I keep forgetting the name of it. Let me pull it up. Joshua is still there,
Eloise.
but it is falling apart.
I made a low pressure sign over this area of convection. Because it is a low pressure. Can I show you?
Yeah, where's the system at?
But is it close to Joshua? But no Fujiwara. Just close to it. Want me to send you a picture?
Yes.
Wait, what Fujiwara?
No Fujiwara is what I'm saying.
I heard that.
Do
Like,
you think
no
this low
Fujiwara.
pressure system will become anything? I'm posting it.
Wait, the Philippine one?
Yeah, do you think this will be any threat that low to be to any tropical cyclone at all?
Now,
Well, Pagasa might name it, but I'm not so sure right now.
What do you think about that low, Aria?
I do
Well,
see.
they give it a 45% chance of becoming something from Pagasa.
What do you
Bec-
think about that? Do you think that could be could become something?
Like R-Ring or possibly
Ar-
Jan.
Aria, what do you think?
Yes, let's put all ourselves on mute so I can answer the question so we don't have any interruptions. Yes,
Okay.
yes, I do think that could become something. I do see a lot of convection in that system. So as you can kind of see, there is some convection right here. It isn't a whole lot, so it isn't intense. Let me look at the past 12 hours so we can kind of see the past. There is some convection. I don't see.
GFS puts
There isn't any clear rotation, as I am seeing, but we could see this later in the future become something bigger, as it is expected to go. I think it is expected to go over the same conditions that Joshua and the other system were over, and this could become something big. But again, this is for the future, and we're gonna have to watch this later. Right now, it doesn't pose a threat to land at the moment. It's just got some convection in there. It's kind of losing some of its convection, as you can see in the past 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, GFS puts a peak on that system of sustained winds of around 120 miles an hour.
Yeah, so again, this is in the future. We're gonna have to watch this, but it isn't even an invest, and so again, it is something we're gonna have to watch, and we're going to have to look at it, watch it, see the conditions, make predictions, and have an idea of where the storm is gonna go. Again, it is pretty far from land still, and this is we got some time. Go on.
You know how I make those little videos at night?
Yeah.
Well, you know how I'm gonna start making those?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll make it on that.
There was like
I don't know.
this thing. People keep saying every cloud has a chance to form. I don't think extratropical cyclones have anything to form into like
I don't think hurricanes have anything to form into if they already formed.
Yeah, people keep like every cloud is an area of interest.
Yeah. And everybody, I'm gonna do a little video tonight when the stream is done, and it might be about all the tropics, or it might be about a potential formation. It might, I don't know. We will see.
So what I did want to again, we do have the other storm. I keep forgetting the names of these storms. Eloise on the west, farther west over here near Madagascar. Again, it is expected
Joshua,
that isn't Joshua. That's Eloise.
I know. I
Okay,
was just
I'm
saying
back.
that one of the storm named Joshua.
Well, now I guess I kind of know how to pronounce that.
Let's put all ourselves on mute so I can we can like finish this up, please.
Oh.
I'll go on mute.
So again, there's that storm on the west, Eloise, and again, it is expected to make landfall in northern Madagascar. I do want to just kind of go over this. Flooding is going to be a big threat. Flooding is going to be a problem for northern Madagascar, and we are going to be talking about heavy rains. 15 inches of rain for northern Madagascar. It's going to move past Madagascar, and it's going to be making landfall in southern Mozambique, where we could be seeing up to 20 inches of rain in this area. And we are in Vilanculos, and this is an area 40 to 50,000 people. They do not have a meteorological service, and they do not have a way of warning them, so they don't know that it is coming. And 40 to 50,000 people. Earlier, we were seeing it could have winds as high as 130 miles an hour. And 130 miles an hour, I kind of looked at the terrain. I kind of looked at the town. There's a lot of shacks. Their infrastructure isn't very well supported. It isn't very strong. We get a 130, 140 mile an hour system come through there. It is going to wipe every single building. Every building is going to be flat in seconds, and it's going to be ugly. And if this does happen, people will die in this storm. And I don't mean to scare anybody, but we are trying to inform people, not scare people, that this is going to be a storm that will be scary if it does go through rapid intensification in the Madagascar Straits. Now, we are dealing with 30 to 31 degrees centigrade waters, minimum to almost no wind shear in this area, and this is going to rapidly intensify. Heavy rain, storm surge, and strong winds. Anyone want to say anything to what I said? Support?
I think you're really overreacting when you say it's going to wipe out every building.
Yeah,
I
like
know,
it
but it actually could.
might wipe out a few buildings. It probably won't wipe out every single building.
Well, here's what Australia isn't really a poor country, so
We're talking about Mozambique.
Well, that's
Mozambique isn't that poor either.
Yeah, they are. They had to get rid of their It's not important, but I looked at the town. They have shacks made of hay.
So a lot of people do, and they're not poor.
No, it's small shacks.
I know a lot of. There's a guy who lives in a van, and he's a millionaire.
But that's an isolated case.
No, a lot of people. Now Mozambique isn't exactly poor. Now the sheds might be wiped away, but actual buildings like skyscrapers, actual
No,
houses.
there are no skyscrapers there.
Well, shacks. Not all the shacks will be wiped away, most likely.
I think most of them will. With Category 4 on the Saffir-Simpson scale winds, that could actually do a lot of damage.
There's not going to be Category 4 Saffir-Simpson scale winds.
There could be.
Okay, well, it's very low chance.
No.
Don't get too ahead of ourselves. We're getting
I'm
too
not.
ahead of ourselves.
It looks like it possibly could be.
Well,
Have you seen the European model? Go on windy.com, go to the European model, and select gusts.
Are we talking about the Africa system?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about. Still not going to wipe away every building. Your model is not showing Category 4 winds. You're looking at 850 MB winds, which is wind gust.
I'm gonna go to tropical tidbits.
Well,
And also on the Wikipedia page of Cyclone Kimi, it says not to be confused with Cyclone Kim.
well, anyway, like I was saying, this is expected to be it could be a serious threat for this area. I looked at the town. It's got 40 to 50,000 people. It is not a major. It's not a major city like New York City, but also there are people there, and I looked at the infrastructure, and it is not. They are not up to date for any kind of severe winds of this intensity. If this becomes that strong, and 30 to 31 degrees centigrade waters, minimum to no wind shear, very low wind shear, very high humidity. That is perfect for a storm to go through rapid intensification. Not saying this will be 100%, category 4, 140 mile an hour winds, everyone's going to die. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the conditions are favorable for this storm to go through rapid intensification and for this to have the possibility of becoming a major category 4 hurricane. We don't know 100% until it actually happens. The conditions are perfect, and we are very, very concerned that this area, very, very vulnerable, very susceptible to this area. Again, it does have a few islands protecting it, but there are some areas where there are no islands in front of this system, and it is something I am watching. I am a little worried about it, and again, we could be dealing with. This is a relatively large town, 40 to 50,000 people, but there aren't any skyscrapers. It's not a huge major city like that. It is something we're going to be watching out for. It does have beautiful beaches, but that's beyond the point. The point right now is the wind field is expected to be huge, so it's going to be affecting cities, villages, and towns around Vilanculos, all around here. And then you have these reservoirs here. Those reservoirs fill up and begin to flow out and into this land. It's going to probably drain towards the ocean, and Vilanculos could get flooded by the reservoirs that are to the east of it.
Yeah, I agree with that. That is a big possibility, especially with the very high rain amounts that are predicted.
Sebastian, anything you want to say to that?
Yeah. It could be devastating. There's a lot of factors going into it. Because then again, GFS could be right. Joint Typhoon Warning Center looks to be going more towards the GFS solution and not the Euro solution. So this could be a very devastating storm, or it could only do a little damage. It really just depends.
Like I found something interesting. Like it's like more than 450 hours out. But like it seems like a much weaker version of Nargis of 2000. Much weaker version.
I'm done talking.
Okay, can we please keep the stream on topic? Thank you.
I am.
No, I mean, I was trying to trouble WX, but thank you for pointing that out.
So we're gonna be watching this in the next several days. We can't find any meteorological service for Mozambique. It has been deleted. Was deleted in 2008. So they have no way of being warned. Flood warnings, flash flood warnings, severe wind warnings, hurricane warnings. There are no warnings for this area because they do not have a meteorological service. So this area, if this happens to be the town that makes landfall in, this could potentially be very, very bad and could be an ugly. This could be very, very ugly if this does happen. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So it could. So if it goes with the GFS solution, it could be a little bad, but not too bad. Now, if it goes with the Euro solution, it's going to be way worse, and maybe the whole Mozambique will be devastated.
Really I agree with that.
It really depends what solution it does go with. You know what I mean, right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree.
Because if it goes with GFS, then it won't be too bad.
So
if it goes, but if it doesn't go with GFS, it will be way worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or not bad at all.
Huh? Danilo, what did you say?
What would you say?
Or not bad at all.
Yeah, or not, but yeah, it could not be bad at all. It definitely could do that.
With logically looking at the conditions, conditions are 30 to 31 degrees centigrade, low wind shear, low humidity. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What are the odds that this is not gonna be a? What are the odds that this is gonna be a good situation?
Well, there's one thing that can make this storm barely anything at all. There's one thing.
What?
It's speed. Its speed determines a lot of this. If it goes really slow, it could be a category 5 on the Saffir-Simpson scale. If it goes really fast, it could be only a tropical storm on the Saffir-Simpson scale.
Yeah, I agree.
And
The
that
speed is a big player in this.
speed.
Like if it like goes super fast, it like just might not have a lot of time to strengthen.
Well, I want to take a look at the high pressure systems and let's see how fast they are moving. It's
I'll go look at the high. Okay,
because if there is no high pressure system really affecting it, then it will move very slow. It depends how far away they are.
Oh, I can here. I'll get that info for you. Currently, I have I have a lot of knowledge in high pressure systems. Because they do play. Also, Madagascar is likely to get potentially up to 500 millimeters of rain. Just saying.
Okay, to the looks of it, it is steering it. There is moderate ones, so it really does depend. Looks like it's going to make it a bit slower though.
Nice figure.
No, I do have to look at that because there's a lot of things.
Storms in
I can tell how strong a high pressure system is. Because a high pressure system can be way stronger than it seems. Or it can be way weaker than it seems. Okay, let me look at the screen and I'll see what
Like the nearest one is nearly 120 millibars. Lower 119.
That's actually a normal height. Okay, I don't know where you're getting that info. Let me see. I need a look. What parameter is it? Stupid parameters.
Average
Climate.
around 100 or 1013 millibars.
CFS weekly. I'm just gonna go back to BFS. I need to know which one it is. Just give me a high pressure. Just give me a high pressure. I don't care about the strong system that could happen right now. I do not care. We're tracking this. Let me guess. It's 500 B height. What parameter is it? Because this is really annoying. Did you just say wait, you said very little shear? Wait, what?
Who said that?
Who said very little shear?
Not
Who would
me.
call it very little? Who would not call it very little shear? Oh, never mind. No, there's barely any shear.
Trying to create
There's no shear.
Like
There's no shear.
Not really a graphic.
There's no shear there. Interrupt me. That's bad.
It is a very favorable area for development, though.
Can somebody tell me where the high pressure parameter is?
Where? Windy?
No, on tropical tidbit. Windy is very windy.
Here, just go to the Indian Ocean and select the European model. It automatically will set that.
No, it doesn't automatically set that.
What? Here, go to forecast model.
Okay.
Then go to regions.
Here, hold on.
Then press Southern Africa.
Forecast models.
And then press global. And then push ECMWF.
Oh,
wait, you're right.
Oh, go. Okay. Now I found it.
Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna go to the Indian Ocean.
Oh my global!
There is a high pressure system over Madagascar around 1,013 millibars. That will move out, and then there will be no high pressure system, and Okay, and then there's gonna be a high pressure system around here. Let me look at radar scope. That's
The
what
south.
No, there won't be any high pressure to the south. No, there's not.
Well,
And
average pressure
what
to
do
the south.
No, well, that doesn't mean there's a high. That actually might mean there's a low. Okay, so where's it? Okay, so it makes landfall around here. Yeah, let's save.
Technically, by then, there's nothing really pushing it. It's going to move very slow. The conditions are just right.
Wait. It's too far away where they won't be in the map, so I would say the high pressure system, the closest high pressure system, would be around a weak high pressure system, around 2,000 miles away.
Yeah, so this is really the perfect. It has perfect ingredients for development.
That's exactly what I said.
Yeah, it has very low wind shear, very high humidity, very high temperatures, very warm water.
There's not very low wind shear. There's no wind shear. Literally.
That's what I mean. There is slight. There's always slight.
Yeah, but that's gonna move out. Well, there's sometimes no wind shear. There's sometimes no wind shear.
But you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Of course, that's what you mean. Yeah.
And then there's barely any high pressure system steering it, so it will probably get very strong according to the models we're looking at.
Yeah.
And judging by the ingredients.
Yeah. So I'm actually gonna look at something really quickly. I'm gonna what the frick? Okay, whatever. 500.
After the stream, I have news.
I think I know what the news is. Oh, I think I know what the news is. Do you think you know what it is, Arya?
Yeah, I know what the news is. I'm just nervous now. Scared.
I don't know if it's good news or bad news. I think it's bad news. I'm gonna be honest. Are you gonna tell it to the people of the stream?
I think they'll say it after.
Okay, well, there's not gonna be any high steering. I would say it's gonna be moving 2 miles an hour, 1 mile an hour. I don't know. Looks like that. It looks like when it leaves Madagascar, it's gonna be around moving 2, 1 mile an hour, maybe 3 or 5, 5 or less miles an hour. Very slow.
So what are the chances that will become a Category 4 hurricane then?
I would say 65% chance.
And earlier you did say that's very, like, earlier I do remember you saying that was a rare chance of happening.
Yeah, but I thought you were talking about the Australians. So. No, it's pretty likely for the, I thought you were talking about the Australian system. No, it's pretty likely for Eloise.
This is,
Holy
again...
frick, that's a big blow up in convection.
Is there anything else we need to really talk about, or should we just wrap this up and end it? Kind of like to keep it under.
Well, what do you want to say? Okay, well, I guess we'll end it off with this announcement. Wait. And again, I might be making a little video on the Hurricane Watch team later. Like, you know how I said I was gonna do a video each night or something?
Yes.
I'm gonna start tonight most likely, and I might do a video on that potential low pressure system, or I'll do it on the current system, or maybe on all tropics, maybe on the winter storm. Maybe on everything. We'll see, and it will be like a 10 or 5 minute video or less, maybe a little bit more, but we'll see. And I might do it tonight, and I might do it every night anyway. To end it off, wait?
If you have any questions, please leave them in the live chat.
If your question is more descriptive, or
we got news. This is the latest news on Eloise. Under the influence of a strong easterlies associated with the current EWB, Eloise is being sheared severely, and has taken on a CCC pattern. Slow, steady strengthening is anticipated before landfall. Now, okay, around Madagascar, there's a lot of shear, like where it is right now. But when it gets past Madagascar, there's going to be almost no shear. Yeah. So it's going to strengthen a lot.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
All right, that's going to end it off.
What do you want to say, Hurricane HQ, I guess? Say your announcement.
Wait,
You want to say it?
I'll say it after.
We're done. Oh, you want to not say it?
Yeah, after the stream.
Alright guys, that's me for today guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Time, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. And with all that being said, peace out.